Hey, it's Mary Sheila here from BioYouth Labs, and thank you for watching. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the connection that stress plays on the thyroid gland, because it's a very important connection to make. And I'll never forget when I was studying nutrition in school, one of my teachers really having this visualization for me with when we are really stressed out, it's as if the adrenal glands, which are located down here, sort of pulling on the thyroid. And it's the thyroid that puts the brakes on as a form of protection. So there's really just so much stress the body can deal with until, as a protective mechanism, we literally put the brakes on the body. So we know that stress plays a role when it comes to thyroid health, and we know that we want to do more than just take a supplement or take a medication. We have to examine all aspects of our life to make sure that this critical gland as a part of the hormonal system is actually working well and doing its job, because this is going to affect our brain cognition, our ability to regulate our temperature. Every single cell has mitochondria, which is like the internal engine, and it's affected by the quality of our thyroid. If our thyroid is low, every single cell is going to be sluggish. If our thyroid is out of balance and too revved up, every single cell is going to be burning at too high of a rate, which is also dangerous to the body over time. Even our entire metabolism and our digestive system relies on thyroid function to continue to move things along and to also make sure we burn fat and we can burn the foods that we're eating, and we actually have a regular bowel movements and we're not constipated. All of that has a lot to do with the thyroid gland. So we owe it to ourselves to learn as much as we can, and that's what I'll be sharing in this video, connecting stress to the thyroid, and give you some tips that you can use in your day-to-day life to lower your stress levels and the stress of the thyroid gland, as well as other videos where we will continue this conversation. So the way that I like to think about it is that your hormonal system or your endocrine system is a team. Actually, it's your own personal team of first responders. These first responders help you with any kind of stress or any kind of adjustment your body needs to help you to stay in homeostasis. And prolonged stress is going to affect not just your thyroid, but the whole team. So the first step is just being aware of this fact and knowing that the less stress in whatever shape or form you have in your life, the easier it's going to be on your hormonal system. And when it comes to the thyroid gland, this is a very little sensitive gland. It's shaped like a butterfly, and it's just about as sensitive as a butterfly is too. Although your thyroid gland puts up with a lot, it is sensitive to an overload of stress and different kinds of toxins. So this leads me to my first point, and one of the 3 critical tips that I'd like to share with you today in this video that you can do to support your thyroid gland. And I'll be sharing more in future videos as well, so feel free to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications so we can continue this conversation. But the first step is to choose organic foods and filter your water. These 2 things alone, filtered water and organic foods, will decrease the toxic load in your body. Basically, you want to choose organic as much as possible because you can't really see pesticides, herbicides, or added hormones and antibiotics in your food, no matter how hard you look. And you'll never see them because they're invisible. This also goes with our water. Filtered water is the way to go, and having a way to filter your own water is not only important for your own health, but really the health of the planet. When you think about water bottles and their accumulation on the planet, all those plastics in the body, in the ocean, in the animals, in our own bodies, this is also really important because the additives in water, which are chlorine and fluoride, are both halogens. On the periodic table, they are halogens along with iodine. So these 2 chemicals are going to compete with iodine, which is also a halogen, but it is the building block of the thyroid hormone. The T4 and T3 of those hormones is actually either 4 iodine molecules or 3. So it's essential, but if it has a lot of competition, it's going to be harder for us to uptake the iodine and utilize it. So filtered water, as much as you can, is a win for your thyroid and a win for the planet. And being able to do that yourself is a great way to go. The second most important thing you could do for your thyroid is to get a good night's sleep. I hear from so many of my clients that they have a really hard time sleeping in, and they're also often going to bed late. So I'm going to give you a secret of how you could sleep in as an adult. Your biological clock might be set in the morning. The best way to get adequate sleep and sleep in is to go to bed earlier. Sleep truly does rest, detoxify, and regenerate. It resets your hormonal system, especially your thyroid gland, and it gives it the rest it needs so that you can wake up refreshed. We are animals. We have a circadian rhythm, so going to bed early when it gets dark is really good for the hormonal system that is ready for the darkness to reset itself so that we can wake up more rejuvenated. And if you struggle with sleep, especially when stress is high, even laying in bed is very restorative. The next tip I'd like to give you when it comes to the connection between stress and your thyroid is to have a good breakfast. Now, I know a lot of us are intermittent fasting, and I'm a fan of intermittent fasting too, but not when stress is high. At least not intermittent fasting in the morning. So have a good breakfast. Start your day off. Balance your blood sugar. Give your body the fuel and nutrients it needs after your night of sleeping. And if you still want to intermittent fast and you appreciate and love the benefits, simply change your feeding window and eat earlier in the day and then stop eating earlier in the evening. You'll still get those benefits of intermittent fasting, and your body will have a little less stress to deal with during the day because you are nourishing it with the food that is going to be supportive of your hormonal system. So I will definitely be sharing more about the thyroid and your whole team of personal first responders when it comes to stress and sleep and metabolism and weight loss and burning fat and keeping your mitochondria and your whole system revved up so that you can really optimize your health and feel good in your body and have a good, healthy life. So be sure to stay tuned and subscribe to this channel, and let me know any other ways that I can support you and your body and help you and teach you more things. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.